What is good, YouTube? Yes, this is the original LeBron James Cleveland Cavaliers jersey. The original one back from 2004? That can't be that long ago, right? Maybe so, I don't know how long ago, but like when he first went to the Cavs. A long awaited, in a sense, tattoo tour day, so to speak. I've had a lot of questions about like my tattoos. Do I plan on getting more tattoos, this and that? So this video segment will be solely about the tattoos I have, and we're gonna go through them. We're gonna talk about it. First tattoo I got, I was 18. It's my mother and my father's. So it was originally, it's funny. It was originally my mom name first on the back of my neck. And then my dad got jealous and was like, where's my tattoo at? So went back and got his name. So it's basically my mom's name, and then it's the and symbol, and my dad's name. So kind of my first tattoo. The reason why I got it, there was this guy named Mike. I always called him Mike Resume, but it was like Resume or something like that. I thought he was just so cool. Like he always had like cool diamond earrings and like just cool swaggy, you know, short, cool guy. And he had a tail on the back of his neck. And it was just, every time I saw it, it was just fly. And also a lot of women wanted him. So because a lot of women wanted him, I was like, I gotta get me a neck tattoo. So that was my first tattoo that I got on my neck. Here we have a Playboy symbol here. I'm not gonna speak too much on that. Then right here we have a cross right here. Like I said, a simple cross. It's kind of like subtle reminders. Like you don't really need reminders, but you know what I'm saying? Look down, whether I'm working out, you know, I look down and I see basically a cross. It's kind of like keep going, like don't stop. It's kind of like my like motivation to always believe. And to kind of like stay like steadfast for the most part. Here we have my mother. Well, it's like a cancer ribbon, as I feel like most people used to have a cancer ribbon. So it's a cancer ribbon. Then when my mother was born, and then when my mother passed away, embedded like within a cross and some clouds and stuff like that. Then here on the top is 458, like in the clouds. The crazy spooky part about this whole story, basically I was asleep, like knocked out, and I was getting ready for, I think it was like my biochem 2 final, whatever, for the semester when I was in college. And I just woke up, and I just remember I just woke up like literally like jerked out of my sleep, and I was like, it's weird. But I was knocked out of sleep, literally jerked out of my sleep, woke up. And I don't know, just kind of sat there. Then my dad called me around like 5:03, 5:02 or something like that. And then he was just kind of like, hey, you know, how's it going? I was like, I'm cool. Like, I just woke up, you know, I just woke up abruptly from a nap or whatever, getting ready for like my final tonight, whatever. And he was like, yeah, you know, he was like, you know, mom's gone. So, you know, when he said that, in my head, I was like, all right, like, where is she going to? Like, where are we going now? Woo-de-woo. Like, what's going on? And he was like, yeah, like, mom passed away. So I told him that I woke up at 4:58, and he was like, And I was like, what is that? Like, what does it mean? And then he was like, mom passed away at 4:58. And I woke up at 4:58. So it's just kind of like a staple reminder. It's just weird how stuff works, but the fact that I woke up out of my sleep at 4:58 and my mom passed away at 4:58 and I wasn't there, it's just something that's gonna sit with me for the rest of my life. So it's just something that I kind of have here as like remember. That's the significance around the 4:58. So we got 4:58 here. And like I said, we have cross, my mom passed. When she was born, crossing her clouds. So that's kind of like the top half. We kind of started everything. Then we would have an elephant here. So kind of like detailed elephant. Sometimes I forget. Oh, I got a feather back there too. Here we have basically like an elephant tattoo here. So basically elephants symbolize strength, loyalty, good luck, power, memory, empathy, compassion, fidelity, self-knowledge, nurturing others and ourselves. That's the whole idea around the elephant tattoo. On the back side, as y'all can see, I have a feather that basically kind of like wraps around. It's kind of like one feather. Part of the reason why I got one feather, because like I said, I've always been kind of like by myself, very solo. I'm the only child, so I don't really have the whole birds of a feather flock together mentality, because I've always been solo. So for feathers, it's more so a personal journey, connection to the spiritual world, connection to heritage, honor, loss. A single fallen feather tattoo can symbolize loss. Birth, a single fallen feather can symbolize birth, luck, and of course like light as a feather. So we have the feather, we have that, we have this. This right here, it's just a G in Old English that I got because I played sports, and it looked cool to have tattoos like while you were playing sports, so your tattoos were visible. So that's the only reason why I got that tattoo. So here, as you may see, mine is the arm here, on the arm here, we have the Hamza, basically a Hamza hand. So it means 5, so it's a universal sign of protection, power, strength, and of course it dates back to very, very long times ago. Protection, good luck, spirituality, Jesus. Courage, divine femininity, compassion, and fertility, which is what I have here. So facing up is of course a symbol of protection and a universal sign against evil. It can also help dispel negative thoughts to our outer turmoil. In yoga, it can help to calm insecurities such as jealousy and evil. Kind of have some clouds here that kind of like fill in, kind of like some of the blank spaces. So here we have Invictus here. So Invictus is of course a poem. It was written by William Ernest Henley back in like 1888. So it has some good history on it. Basically the main theme around it is just the human spirit ability to overcome adversity. As you start to see, all my tattoos have some type of lining towards one another when it comes to the Hamza hand, when it comes to the Invictus poem, elephant, minus the Playboy. The Playboy is just, if you know, you know. Also, we have an oak tree here. Oak tree, of course, has like a long history of symbolism, including strength, wisdom, endurance, and longevity. So it's also associated with like fertility, power, justice, and honesty. So I like to have this as well, kind of just like as a staple reminder. So like I said, all my tattoos have some type of meaning on a deeper scale for the most part. This tattoo, which I thought it was kind of cool, all-seeing eye, kind of like with a rose attached to it as well. Divine providence, wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, and protection. Right where the all-seeing eye is at, we have kind of like a rose here, like with some thorns. So basically a rose can represent success, a small win, something positive, while a thorn can represent a challenge or something that requires more support. So kind of like for me in my life, how that kind of like sits, like I do have small wins and I always try to chase small wins. Like I always say, like when you're going through life, don't worry about trying to attain a touchdown every single time. Just worry about getting a first down, and eventually when you get enough first downs, you'll end up getting a touchdown. So I kind of take that same lecture to my personal life to ensure that I just take one step at a time, and this rose helps remind me to just get those small wins, get those small victories, and over time they're gonna compound and basically fold into something more. As you see, we have an M, which is an Old English as well. Like I said, it's just an M and a G. It was like a fad, like back in the day when you like play sports and you play football and like, you know what I'm saying, you would have your helmet and your pads and all that on, and then you would have like, you know, two tattoos. So it was like a bunch of football players all went and got these. So on my forearm, it's gonna be kind of like hard to tell, but I have basically 3 skulls on my forearm. Skull right here with the blindfold, like the proverb, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. It's basically used to describe people who ignore wrongdoing due to selfishness or basically like being a coward. The see no evil here, as you can see, and then I have speak no evil here, which is basically a skull with a rose in its mouth. And then on the back side, I don't know if you can see it. On the back side, I have a rose that covers the ears. The hear no evil is to be aware of something but not pay attention to it. So as we go through life, there's a lot of stuff that we see, that we hear, and that we can speak, but it's just better not to indulge in those negative behaviors because that energy will now rub off into your personal life, and then voila, there you go. So I have this as a reminder to basically stay away from drama, stay out of drama, like rumor, gossip, anything that's not fruitful to my life. Like this is kind of like a stamp for that. Look into the actual like tattoo here. You see that I have like little butterflies kind of like spread throughout. So for me, the butterflies basically resemble transformation, spiritual connection, love and romance. Also, it has femininity and grace in there. And then the other meanings can basically like young love, marriage, immortality, joy, summer, afterlife, all that. Butterflies, well, one of my mother's, I'm not gonna say interests, but my mother enjoyed butterflies. So because of that, because of having the hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, basically imprinted, I wanted to also protect that with butterflies that remind me of my mother, to basically stay grounded, stay out the way, stay rooted, and don't let evil basically like get a hold of you for the most part. This tattoo here, which is kind of self-explanatory, it says not afraid of hurting anymore. So this one, for me, I just kind of been through kind of like so much pain, trauma, and other things as well in life that after so long, you kind of become numb to it in a sense. And it's just kind of like not afraid of hurting anymore. So for me, it was just kind of something that reminded me kind of like stay strong, that nothing's definitely going to overcome you. Nothing can phase you. And that, like I said, in due time, everything will get better. Here we have basically a heart that says love lost here. You know, so it says love lost. So it basically says love, but the love is broken off, and then it just has like lost. So of course, heartbroken. Like for this, it's just basically like being heartbroken. Of course, tied into like my mom being like the love of my life. Of course, like losing her, but also like experiencing like any other like relationships, traumas, and dealings like that. This kind of falls towards that, a catch-all for the most part. So this is basically the left arm and the right arm, a chief headrest, basically with a lion. I do have hair on my legs, so it's a little hard to see. But we have a lion's face here because I'm a Leo, and then we have kind of like chief headrest. The headrest here, it symbolizes a warrior's intensity and fierceness, as well as a cultural connection as well to a specific tribe. Here we have the koi fish that basically wraps all the way down. So koi fish represents perseverance, strength, good fortune, beauty and elegance, wealth, success, abundance, and balance and grace. So we have it coming from the thigh, then it basically comes here, and then it goes all the way down to the ankle. So pretty dope. I like it. Like I said, it's on the back of the leg as well. So it basically covers, and it also has like a lotus flower in it as well, and which that symbolizes resilience, beauty, rebirth, spiritual awakening, and love and open heartedness. So, like I said, everything kind of like ties into one another for the most part. So here we have the Joker from the most recent Joker, of course, not like the classic. So it's kind of basically like a scene from Joker. So it actually has his face when he was smoking like the cigarette here. Then it kind of has like the outline when he was on the stairs. And then down here, it should be kind of hard to see, but it says, I just hope my death makes more sense than my life. I hope my death makes more sense than my life. So sense is spelled out like in the form of like currency. I think for me, it's just kind of one of those things that I just hope that my life makes more money because it's not making sense in a sense. For me, it just kind of goes into like having like a troubled mind for the most part. That's totally crooked. That's super crooked. Just hope my death makes more sense in my life. So basically, like I said, it's a really deep one. That of course, like when you die, you know, it's not, I'm not gonna, I guess you can kind of feel like you're not gonna amount to anything when you pass away. So I just hope that once I die and I'm in that dirt, like everyone else, because all the money you have, all the fame you have, all the followers you have, all the stuff that you have, it's not gonna mean anything when you're in the dirt. So having sense, basically money, I hope that at least brings something to the table essentially. And I kind of got this like at a low point of my life because I felt like I wasn't really amounting to anything. I felt like I wasn't being prosperous. I felt like I was like losing my focus. And I just felt really lost. So when I got that quote in the movie, as soon as I saw the movie, it just stuck out to me so much to where I could just correlate and I related so heavily to it. Cause just like when I die, like this would be a lot easier. Like when I pass away, this would be a lot easier because it is hard living on earth. It's hard going through all these emotions, these mental pains, these traumas, and all this other things that basically can cause distress to your mental, your physical, and your emotional. So when I got that, it was kind of like, you know, at least when I pass away, there'd be some money there. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just kind of like how I resonated with it. So I really enjoy that. So future plans for tattoos. We have both arms done and we have a left leg done. I do want to get some stuff on the inside of the thigh, but I heard that the inside of the thigh is very painful. And because my thighs do rub, I don't want the tattoo to have friction. And basically, I don't want to go through all that pain for the tattoo not to last. So we're pending on that. But as far as the right leg, I want to get some portraits. So I want to get like some of my idols, like Biggie, Drake, stuff like that, LeBron James. Kind of get that tattooed through my leg. I do want to get a portrait of my mother as well, but I don't know if I want that on my back or somewhere else. So I'm thinking about also getting a portrait of my mother, but I have a list of tattoos. I have some very cool designs that I want to get on my back because I want my full back done. And I have this image of having like this woman on my back that's kind of like blurred, like in 3D, 2D or whatever. And she's kind of like biting her finger and kind of like has like some other like kind of like filler creative stuff all around it that I can't really sync right now, but I'm sure the tattoo artist will know what I'm talking about. Low point when I got that tattoo. But it's just kind of like a reminder. There's a lot of symbolism in that Joker movie. So it's just kind of like a matter of actually going through and just finding things that you can probably tie into or stuff that you can kind of like relate to in some capacity. Like I said, you don't have to relate to it 100%, but I felt a lot of things in that movie and like very down points of the movie where he might've been abused, taken advantage of. I know what that feeling feels like, and it's not a good feeling. And it still happens to this day, but like I said, I have these reminders as art on my body to always remember, like to kind of like rise above it and try to stay above it as much as possible. Don't know like what I want on my chest. I think I had a list of tattoos. Nike shoe boxes, Jordan boxes, because that's what I like. Nike logo, a sugar skull with the owl on top, dream catcher, mind over matter, some type of Boondocks tattoo because it's like one of my favorite cartoons. Vitruvian Man, I believe that's how you say it. Vitruvian, yeah, Vitruvian Man, like a Vitruvian Man tattoo. Family Guy tattoo, like a Jordan 1, American Dad, Aztec Eagle, which I thought about getting the Aztec Eagle across like my chest. I originally thought about it around the back, but it's not gonna be enough to fill up. So I think it will fill up just fine, kind of like around the chest. So an Aztec Eagle here. Then get an anchor of some sort, which has like hope, salvation, composure, and calmness. And then steadfastness, strength, and stability. Music notes, because I like music. Xbox controller, one of my favorite game systems. Nintendo controller. Nostalgia. Mario tattoo, geometric style tattoo. One-sided wing. Space Jam, one of my favorite movies. Game Boy, OVO Owl, Donkey Kong, Six God with the prayer hands. Nike Air shoe on type of Nike box. God created you different, know your worth in a cross format. Lion in the back, which was an option. Mac Miller portrait, Biggie, LeBron James, Mom, Drake, Kid Cudi, and then like a wording that says, hopefully this pain will be useful. At times we crack to let light in. Then also, I thought about getting a portrait of my mother and my daughter combined. My mom on this side, or my ribs, and then my daughter on this side, like a portrait. I think that'd be dope, like having both of my women on both of my sides, like they're on my side always. A cassette tape, because life has no rewind. I know you like that. Then 999, and then a butterfly with the head as a skull. Thought about getting that on my rear neck to kind of cover up my mom and dad's name, but also still add some type of symbolic meaning to a tattoo on the back of my neck versus just having my mom and dad name. And it's kind of like faded and it doesn't like look good no more that I've gotten my back wider and everything's wide on me now, so it just doesn't look good. So you don't drown from falling in the river, you drown from staying submerged in it. So little things like that. I know tattoos are art, and I don't discourage anyone if they want to express themselves with art, whether it be a cheeseburger on their back, or it'd be a french fry, a pizza, or whatever. It's still art and it's still expressing and it's still what you like. So always remember when you're getting tattoos or you're doing anything, do it for yourself first. Like, don't do it for anyone else. Like, when you're getting a tattoo, sometimes you don't have to plaster it right here so everyone can see it. Like, you're getting a tattoo for yourself so you can see it and you know what the meaning is. But the moment that you get a tattoo and you're worried about it being seen because you want people to see you with a tattoo, then for me, it's just kind of like, why are you getting a tattoo? Are you getting a tattoo for other people? Or are you getting a tattoo because you actually enjoy the tattoo and you like the symbolic meaning behind the tattoo? That's always something to kind of like think about. Same thing kind of transpire over, we're talking about like why you might get a certain car you like, the Benz, BMW, Ferrari, whatever you want to call it. Like, are you getting that for yourself, for self-gratitude because you really enjoy that car? Or are you getting that because of the image that it provides to you and how it makes you look when you go out into the public eye? So this is always kind of stuff to think about. And like I said, when tattoos, like when you're investing money, like I said, it's art. I forgot this one. So yeah, I almost forgot about this tattoo here. So this is, it kind of has like flames or whatever you want to call it too. But right here, it's basically Matthew 6:9 through 13. So Matthew 6:9 through 13 is something that I personally grew up with all the time. It's like the Lord's Prayer. So any sports I played, before the game, after the game, whatever, it was always like the Lord's Prayer. Since sports was such a big thing, like when I was growing up as a child, as a kid, it just automatically like kind of like stuck with me. So I always remember like going into a huddle, going into whatever, and we're saying like the Lord's Prayer, and that kind of like setting the tone. So that was always very subtle and in the back of my head all the time. So it was kind of like a stamp to get Matthew 6:9 through 13 with some clouds around it for some filler. And yeah, that's it. So I almost forgot about that. I'm looking forward to getting more tattoos, probably like on the back of the neck, side of the neck, stuff like that. Well, I'm very excited to expand. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know this is very different, but this was something that has been well requested for the past year that I just haven't done. So I was like, let me just take the time to make this video so people can understand my tattoos and maybe that may inspire them to get a certain style of tattoo, or for the people out there that want to get tattoos and they don't know what to get, maybe this might help your journey on deciding that. But like always, peace and love. Thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, thumbs up. And remember, if you'd like to do the thumbs down, do it twice. Catch you on the next one.